Hi, I'm Ray with yet another podcast episode. This time, questions and answers. Over the weeks, months, I printed out a load of emails here. This was Bill's idea. Hello, Bill. Bill from Australia. He says, what TV programmes do you remember? I've got loads of emails I've printed out here. All these I've answered, but I thought I'd print them out and just have a look through them, just out of interest. Bill says, do you remember Neighbours? Yes, I do, Bill, but I didn't watch Neighbours. Sorry, I wasn't interested in that. I don't know what it was. Was it Ramsay Street and all that? I don't know. I mean, I know of it, obviously, but I didn't watch that. I didn't watch Coronation Street either. What did I watch? That's what Bill's asking. Well, do you remember Max? Do you remember Max?
Headroom.
Max Headroom?
Max Headroom. I used to like Max Headroom. Well, welcome to
Max Headroom. Good grief. Yes, Max Headroom. I used to watch that with my son when he was, 8 years old, 10 years old, something like that. Yeah, we used to like Max Headroom. It's a weird thing. If you've not heard of it, I think it's on YouTube, actually. There are some bits and pieces on YouTube. Just type in Max Headroom. It was this bloke on a telly, sort of a digitised type chap on the telly. It was mad. Terry Wogan interviewed him once. I remember they carried this TV into the BBC television centre, the studios, and they had Max on the telly. This one's from Kate. Kate says, hi Ray, got a great idea for your podcasts. Yep, okay, she says, why don't you spend about 20 minutes talking absolute Kate, what do you like? Talking absolute rubbish. Why don't you spend about 20 minutes talking absolute rubbish? Oh, my mistake, you already do that. Well, thanks, Kate. I think you deserve a round of applause for that. Good grief. Where are you, Kate? Nowhere near me, are you? I wonder, down in Sussex on the south coast of the UK, are you? I'll have to come round and see you. Talk rubbish for 20 minutes. As you usually... Right, let's move on. One here from Andy. Where are you, Andy? America. Doesn't say where, just America. Andy says, how old were you when you first went into a pub and actually consumed alcohol, as he's put it here? Well, in the UK, Andy, the drinking age is 18. I think where you are in the US it's 21, isn't it? Or is that just in certain states? It's 18, but I first went into a pub and actually consumed alcohol when I was 15, because that's when I first went out to work. I was apprentice radio and TV engineer, and of course everyone went over to the pub lunchtime and had a beer. And I remember it was a pint of mild and egg and chips, and it was, 7 and 6pence in old money. So that's going back a bit. Underage drinking, of course, it was against the law, but things were a lot more relaxed back in the 60s, I think. I don't know, people didn't go binge drinking like they do now. People these days, they seem to have to, they don't drink all week, then they go out on a Friday or Saturday and get absolutely wrecked. We never did that. We'd enjoy a beer at lunchtime. We'd have Friday and Saturday nights out, but I don't remember any of us getting absolutely wrecked. I mean, one or two parties that you'd go to, you'd have a few drinks too many and perhaps have to sleep over, which was good fun. But I don't remember any of this binge drinking that goes on these days. I don't really understand that. It was one thing getting drunk, as we sometimes did, but the next day it was always, no, never again, I'm not doing that again. Of course you did, but not seriously drunk, just silly. In those days, that's what it was all about, just having fun. I don't know, because obviously I'm not teens, early 20s anymore. Back in those days, everything we did, it was fun. There go the seagulls, there we are. I trademark the seagulls. They're up early, it's very early in the morning actually. So yeah, things were fun back in those days. Whatever the crowd of us did, it was fun. I don't know, these days, people do they have fun? I don't know, I might be wrong. They don't seem to have fun. Just checking through the emails, here we are. Gillian in Kent. Oh, Gillian says here, if you're going to mention mine on the podcast, I'm Gillian, not Jill. Okay, Gillian. Okay, Gillian. Kent, lovely part of the world. Gillian says, can you tell us about the girlfriends, the first girlfriend you ever had and subsequent girlfriends? Well, I don't know. What about she goes on to say here, I haven't read all the email. Your exploits. I'm not sure if this is the right medium for that sort of thing, Gillian. My exploits. She goes on, I can't read that. Gillian, good grief. I should have read this. It's a good job I didn't read it out. Well, I could have deleted it. Good grief, Gillian, what are you like? I'm shocked to the core. My ghast is flabbered. There we are. Let's put Gillian's aside, and I might get back to you privately, Gillian, on that one, if you really want to know about that. Oh, Mrs. Fortescue. Mrs. Fortescue is going to haunt me, isn't she? I think in every podcast now we're going to have, or after every podcast, we're going to have questions. Where's Mrs. Fortescue, it says here. This is Ian. No, it's not. It's Ross. Sorry, hello, Ross. Ross in, in Ireland. Yeah, Irish Republic. Where's Mrs. Fortescue now? I don't know where Mrs. Fortescue is now, Ian. Goodness me, I wish I'd never mentioned Mrs. Here we are. What's her first name? I can't remember. Well, I do remember, but oh, Paula. Hello, Paula. Ah, she says, I think I remember Mrs. Fortescue. Oh, no, you don't, surely. She says, I think I know the village. Really? Do you? Oh, dear, that's unfortunate. She says, from your description, the stables, the church hall, the seat. Do you remember I mentioned the seat when I was on the council about moving the seat? I think you're right, Paula. You've got the right village. Oh, dear. Oh, yes, she says it right at the end, the name of the village. Yes, that is correct, Paul, 100% correct. Did you, contact me again, email me again. Did you live there? Perhaps, oh dear, perhaps we met. That would be funny, wouldn't it? Perhaps we met. Okay, let's move on. Let's have another email here. What's it, Max? Oh, I thought this was from Max Headroom. No, it's from a chap called Max. Not Max Headroom, though.
Headroom.
Max Headroom.
Max Headroom.
Oh, this is from Max in the US. What, what radio stations did you like out of the Pirates? Caroline, Max, was brilliant, but Radio London was even better, in my opinion, anyway. Caroline played, well, they still do, so kind of what I would call weird music. Well, I don't know about weird. It wasn't my thing at all, what Caroline played. It just wasn't my thing at all. Radio London was, I don't know, it suited me. I think everyone in the radio and TV workshop where I was, I think just about everyone there had Radio London going. Yeah, very few people had Caroline. I think also, was it Caroline? They had weird stuff in the evenings. Some religious stuff from the US. I think they used to get paid quite... There's a dog now. Do you remember that? Tony Blackburn. Arnold, get down. Arnold. That was quite good. Tony Blackburn, of course, was on the Pirates. On the pirate ships. What was he on? Was he London? Yes, he was London, wasn't he? I think Radio Caroline got paid considerably for putting out some religious stuff in the evening, some American stuff. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But my thing, Max, was Radio London. Big L. Another email. Stephen. Mrs. Fortescue. What happened? Yes, what happened to her? Goodness me. I really do wish I hadn't mentioned Mrs. Who's this? Amy. Hello, Amy. What are you? Oh, you're from the UK. Amy says... Hang on, Amy, this is a family show. Or it was till I mentioned Mrs. Fortescue. Amy says, are you on WhatsApp, Ray? Yeah, well, I've got WhatsApp, I think. She says, oh, she's put her phone number. Amy, I don't want your phone number. What's this all about? Add me and will we? Good grief, Amy. Listen, I do like getting these emails, but some of them are a little bit risque. Just had an email come in just 2 minutes ago. This is from Dave. Hello, Dave. Dave says, I saw you the other day down the town. Did you? You couldn't have done. I'm self-isolating. He says here, why aren't you self-isolating? I am, Dave, I am. I've not been out at all. I've only been out of the front door, stand in the front garden. You know, when we do the clapping, the 8 o'clock clapping and is it Thursday evening for the NHS? I've been doing that. I had a couple of saucepan lids the other night, making a heck of a row with it. But yeah, great fun. Any NHS workers listening, then congratulations. Well done. There's some more applause for the NHS workers. You're doing an excellent job. I've got rather a lengthy email here. Blah, 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 blah. I haven't read this at all. I've only read the beginning. Were you an English teacher? Hang on. Blah, blah, blah. Were you? Yes, I was. I taught English as a foreign language. Good grief, that's going back a few years. I know who this is. Yes, I know who this is. I taught English as a foreign language many years ago, and it was really good fun, actually. I enjoyed it. I had French students, Spanish. The Spanish ones were quite good fun. I remember this lad, he was about, 15, 16. When I wasn't looking, we had blackboards then, and we didn't have the whiteboards. God, I am going back a bit. And he drew this, well, shall I say, phallic symbol on the blackboard. And I hadn't seen it. I walked into the classroom and I'm facing the class, and I hadn't seen behind me. Of course, they're all giggling and laughing, especially the girls. I noticed they're all having fits. They were. And of course, eventually I turned around. Okay, who did that? No one did that. No one did that. It was great fun. Of course, I cleaned the board, you know, and that set the precedence really. Every time that I walked into the class, every different day, you know, every morning, there was a different drawing. I think I'd call it a drawing on the blackboard. Somewhat rude, to say the least. I did discover who it was. He was a brilliant artist. You know, the drawings are absolutely fantastic. Well, not what they were, but you know, the artistry, the quality were absolutely fantastic. He could really draw well, and everyone knew who it was. But I always made out that I hadn't got a clue who it was. But that was great fun. And teaching them words. Of course, they'd pick up one or two expletives from wherever, and they'd put their hand up. Oh, what does this mean? What does that mean? Me. It was, yeah, as I say, it was great fun. I really enjoyed that. So just looking at the email, yes, I do remember you. I'm not going to mention your name on air. I was going to say on air. I'm not running a pirate radio station, though. Well, those were the days, weren't they? DJing on pirate radio stations. I used to love that. Not that I did it, of course, because it was highly illegal. But yes, I do remember you. And you've put here, do you remember the pub? There was another dog. I do remember the pub. Yes, I'm very tempted to say on air. It was great. It was lovely knowing you. I wonder where you are now. I'll reply to your email because that only came in. Where's the date? Oh yeah, only came in yesterday. Yeah, I've got a lot of emails to go through, so thank you for that. It's really nice to hear from you. I'll be in touch. I don't know whether you heard that ding just now. That was WhatsApp. Wonder whether that was Amy contacting. No, she hasn't got my phone number. You haven't got my phone number, Amy, and you're not going to get it. Look, what's this one? Look, hi Ray, I am Mrs. Fortescue. No, you're not. No, you're not. Oh, you've got the first name right. Oh yeah, look, you go on to say that. Oh, you've got the real name. Ah, I changed the name, obviously, to Mrs. Fortescue to protect the guilty. And there's someone here that has actually put the lady's correct name. So, yeah, but you're not Mrs. Fortescue. What's this say? I can prove it. Okay, you describe her hair. That's about right. Her height. Well, I mean, this is all arbitrary, really, isn't it? You've described. What's this? No, Mrs. Fortescue did not have a tattoo there. No, you're not Mrs. Fortescue. She did not have a tattoo there. I mean, I wouldn't know. Good grief! What am I saying now? Stone the crows. If I hear the name Fortescue one more time, I'll eat my hat. And I won't eat my hat. What will I do? I don't know. I've had enough of Mrs. Fortescue. I had enough of Mrs. Fortescue years ago. Right, let's see if there are any sensible, decent emails here. Ray, can you talk about politics? I can, but I won't. We don't do that. Can you talk? Oh, no, we're not going back to girlfriends in the 60s. I did mention in last week's episode about a private podcast. I don't quite know how to do that, but the response has been quite amazing. And funnily enough, a lot of females responded to that. Oh, yes, we want to know, I want to know the podcast, how to get it, how do I get the private one? Well, I haven't done a private one because I don't know how to do it, but I will sort of look into that. Okay, this one says here, do you go to church? Well, no, I don't. We don't want to talk about politics or religion, Brexit. No, we don't want to talk about Brexit. I mean, have you noticed though now, whenever you turn the radio or the TV on, it's not Brexit anymore. It's this virus, isn't it? Which is dreadful. I don't want to talk about the virus either because there's enough talk about that. Let's just hope that everyone's safe and well and we get over this pretty soon. Are there any more emails of interest here, or have I waffled enough? I'm glad I've kept all these. I made a special folder for all the emails I get, from podcasts and episodes and whatever. So I'm glad I've kept all these. I just printed the whole lot out, and a lot of them are, in fact, just a bit of Morse code. There we are, a bit of amateur radio for you there. Wonder whether you can read that. Yes, so, hang on, what's this one? Here we are. John up in Scotland. How many subscribers or followers have you got? I don't know, John. I don't know how to find out. That's the thing, I don't know how to find out. I've looked on the kind of host thing at stats and stuff like that, but I've no way of finding out. Well, not that I can see anyway. Right, I think that's enough emails. There are several more there, but I'll perhaps save them for another time. If you want to email me, if you want to comment, be rude or otherwise. Oh, there's the seagulls again. Goodness, don't email the seagulls. It's podcast at radio-workshop.co.uk. I just use my main email address. So listen to those seagulls. What's the matter with them now? Good grief. Podcast at radio-workshop.co.uk. That's a hyphen in the middle, you're not the underscore bit. So I'm just going to go and sort those seagulls out. Hang on. Right, that's it. They looked at me as if I'm mad when I was saying clear off. Okay, I shall end it here, otherwise you'll all be bored stiff and going off up the pub. Well, not if it's the morning. Where are we? It's still early morning. Okay, that'll do for now. Stay safe, look after yourselves, wash your hands. I do that every 5 minutes. And I shall see you next Sunday. Thanks for listening as always. Bye bye for now.